Okay, so let's talk about struggle. Still sometimes in the car, which is the rest sometimes we want to on weekends, have my little then John Suba although they spoke in Hindi, she could hear the shouting. That's Ananda Ashram, Dr. students, even in dance. Dr. Mishra was particularly fond I've never seen or met and his treatment is just conversion. They pay attention. That was 99% of the students got up and danced. Very blessed to meet such friends. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, fourth canto, or chanting the song of the sun, sheep, 18. So this is a really important report. Yeah, thank you. You guys have to choose something that's no. Translation. Lord Shiva, the most powerful deity, second only to Vishnu, is self-sufficient. Although he has nothing to aspire to for the benefit of those in his isn't everything and is accompanied with dangerous energies like goddess Kali and Stu. Or, I should Lord Shiva is the greatest devotee of Krishna. He is known as the best of all types of Vaishnava. Consequently, Lord Shiva has the recipient expectation as the just as the Rudra Sampradaya has Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is one of the 12 great personalities stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 6:3-20. These are 12 great authorities to consciousness. The name Shambhu is Lord Shiva. His descendant succession is also the Vishnu Swami. The current Vishnu Swami Sampradaya is known. The current Brahma Sampradaya is known as Madhva. Even though Lord Shiva appeared to preach via at the end of his pastime, of Shankaracharya, he preached the Vaishnava Bhajagovindam Bhajagovindam. He stressed worshipping Lord Krishna or Govinda 3 times in this verse, and especially warned his followers that they could not possibly achieve deliverance or mukti simply by word jugglery and radical methods. If one is actually serious to take, he must worship Lord Krishna. That is extreme Buddhism instruction. Herein it is mentioned that Lord Shiva is always Shakya Gauranga. Material energy is always control. Goddess Kali and Durga serve them by killing all the asuras. Sometimes Kali becomes so infuriated that she indiscriminately kills all kinds of asuras. There is a popular picture of Goddess Kali in which she wears a garland composed of the heads and holds in her left a captured and in her right a hadka or chopper for killing asuras. Great wars are symbolic representations of Kali's devastation of Islam and actually conducted. Asuras try to by worshipping her in material objects. But when the asuras become too tolerant, Goddess Kali does not discriminate between them also. Asuras do not know the secret. They prefer to worship or Shiva too. Due to their demoniac, their reluctance to surrender, as indicated by the deed. Nama Lord Shiva's duty is very dangerous because he has to employ the energy of Kali. In another popular picture, Goddess Kali is seen standing on the straight body of Lord Shiva, which indicates that sometimes Lord Shiva has to fall down flat in order to stop Goddess Kali from moving. Since Lord Shiva controls the great energy, worshippers of Lord Shiva attain very opulent positions in this material world. Under Lord Shiva's direction, the worshipper of Lord Shiva gets all kinds of. In contrast, a Vaishnava worshipper of Lord Vishnu gradually becomes material possession because Lord Vishnu does not trick his devotees into materially entangled possessions. Lord Vishnu gives his devotees intelligence from within, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 10:10. Thus, Lord Vishnu gives intelligence to the devotee so that the devotee can progress on the path. Since a devotee has nothing to do with any material pleasure, it does not. Lord Shiva is also in charge of his potency, the gods Durga describes all living entities, darkness, ignorance. Yeah, Devi, sons. Both Lord Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu. But Lord Brahma is in charge of creation, as Shiva is destruction, which he carries out his material talent. Thus, in this verse, Lord Shiva is described as being dangerous, that actual position, Shiva. Only the translation. Lord Shiva, the most powerful demigod, second only to self-sufficient. Although he has nothing to aspire for the benefit of those who always physically patient, and is accompanied by his dangerous creatures like Goddess Kali. So, would anyone like to share something that stood out in this very long? No, I think it just means that he's the most powerful demigod of Vishnu's body. I know what you mean. Anything else that stood out? So many different points. Awesome. Yeah. Anything else that stood out? Yeah. So Lord Shiva's role is to actually give what the person asks for. So his devotee Shiva can be are usually that they're worshiping Lord Shiva for material fulfillment. Yeah. So if they're actually followers of Shiva, then they follow Lord Shiva's instructions. But the reason I was actually reading, I'll share with that a little bit later as well. It's not that he wants to trick his worshippers into getting materially more materially attained. That's their desire. It's really their desire. It's not just their and of course, like I said in the book, when he comes as Shankaracharya, his last instruction is Bhaje Govinda, Bhaje Govinda. That's there you see his real intention. Any other point that stood out? I actually looked up a picture of Lord Shiva, the drawing of Lord Shiva straight in front of his wife trying to stop her. Were you going to say something? You're not alone in that. Okay, and that's why it's called, they're called dangerous. All right, so I just did a bit of a, to start off a little bit. I'll do a zooming out of what's happening in this canto. So first of all, we start with the fourth canto, full past and introduction. And then it goes on to saying the lineage of the Swayam Brahmani. And he had two children, Uttanapad and Priyapad. And this whole canto is then the lineage of Uttanapad in the next. And so, then it goes into the past of Shiva, Uttanapada's son. And then it goes a lot of different things in between. And it comes to Anga, Vena, Vena, and Ritu, Maharaj, and then the book has done Ritu Maharaj. And then we start this chapter saying that Ritu Maharaj had a son named Vardhana, who had a son named Adi Mahana, and he had a son named Vahishat. So we're up to the point. This king, Vahishat, instructs his 10 sons, Chaitans, to go get married and have children. And they decide to go and do austerities for 10,000 years. And so on their way, it's not a coincidence that they meet Shiva. And so we're at this point where we're really close to starting the whole song of prayer that Shiva shares with the Pratetas, which is 35 verses long. There. And so that's where we're at. In the first part, I think a really important characteristic of Shiva is popular. He's married to the material energy personified, yet he is self-satisfied. I think that's why he could be married to the material energy personified and still, not getting taken, basically. So, greatest devotee. We'll talk about this title, the greatest devotee, because so many the greatest. A little bit of fun volume is not finding the greatest devotee. And then it talked a bit about how the Rudra Supradaya is coming from Shiva. And I was reading a bit how it's very technical, and for me they're names of civilizations, but there's Sada Shiva. Lord Shiva, he's not in the material. So then this is one of the 12 main teachers, Mahajas. And like we said before, as Shankaracharya was given the very task of having to reach to the Maya planets. And I remember years ago in Melbourne, I asked to see a devotee. He's a devotee, why would you do that? No question. He's just fulfilling their desire. That's what they desire. But at the end, the real deal, the only way to attain vibration. And then, like some of you have said, Kali, the wars are conducted by Kali. And then at one point, Prophet says in the book, people don't know the secret, but she has energy. Hinting that actually she has energy is coming. So it's the only Krishna saying, it's to me. The demigod's energy is demigod's energy. And then he mentions, more types of people are reluctant to surrender. And how Shiva gives material opulence, but Krishna takes away, not so that the devotees are tricked to possessions, mercy. Of course, each devotee has a customized plan. And then Papa reminded me of love, intelligence, spiritual intelligence. And I really like this point. Devotees free from the control of tongue is detached from material possession. It's kind of also a hint of attached to our material possession. And then and that Durga keeps everyone in. That's a bit of a short summary of all the points that it's brutal. I'd like to now switch gears and go on a bit of a pilgrimage to the Holy Dance. Share two short so this is the minutes when she's I don't know if we have one Zai steps and there I heard this past that happened very close to Yat forest. So apparently, there's always gossip in the village of Vrindavan. Somehow, word got through to Jatila that Madhuryamrita is in the forest. And so they sent Abhimanyu to go and catch them and see that he's right. He goes to the forest and Radharani and sees it coming and she gets really scared. And what are we going to do? He's going to just stay as you are. And so she's scared, she's worshiping him. And then as soon as Abhimanyu appears, he looks at what's happening. Krishna had turned into Kali. So he actually took the form of the deity of Kali. And bear with me for a second. I don't think it's me. So Abhimanyu was surprised but pleasantly surprised seeing that his wife was engaging in worshiping Goddess Kali to please. And then now we're gonna go to Navadvip. I guess I just wanted to share this passage out of when I was in different research. This passage takes place in Rajuma, the islands, and if you ever been there to cross the Jalang River? And it's the same island, if I'm not mistaken, that Bhaktivinoda Tagore is home, which is also and so near there's a place where Nrsimha actually washed his hands on his name, Nrsimha. Here, next to it, there's this little called Hari Hara, and it was very curious. Looks like this. See? So for Shiva. And I tried to find read one of the blogs from this Quran. It's when Shiva and this. Anyway, so the past there, when Nityananda was taking Shiva Swami around, this is a pilgrimage, and they arrived there. He started dancing in ecstasy, and and he started telling, glorifying Shiva, saying that this is this place. And Shiva was chanting, Gouda, Gouda. And he's worshiping for Chaitanya, his wife. So here you see the internal movement. In ecstasy, names, and it's called the Maha. Kind of like it's the real Benares, the place of worship. That's where here, if someone leaves the body, Shiva chanting it to give them liberation. And when Lord Nityananda was there, chanting and just giving Krishna fame to everyone around, Lord Shiva appeared, invisible to many, and one consciousness. I even felt when we were in the church this morning that we were in Vrindavan, like the blue chanting. So nice. This, I don't know if you felt this, but I feel like when I'm in the Dham, I'm in the real, and then I guess I don't know what to call it, but like it's like another reality, and I'm like, oh, I need to go back to this reality because you're in this, you know, material energy is stronger. Basically, you have to engage with the material energy. Without it's called Krishna. Okay, so now I was thinking about Lord Shiva. Remembered that in the Brihad Madhuryamrita, there's so many Lord Brahma is called. So, just for those of you that haven't heard of this book, it's a conversation between Parikshit Maharaj, so the student in the Bhagavatam that hears all the, transcendental knowledge. Right after he hears all this, his mom, Uttara, comes and says, please tell me, reveal to me the essence of Bhagavatam before he, and so this is the Brihad Bhagavatam. It's two parts. First part is amazing. There's it's Narada Muni. He's trying to find out who is going to the mercy, which is so, it reminded me of a very amazing devotee in our community that is also always glorify the devotees. Always trying to say I'm going to say her name so it's Madhuryamrita, Devi Dasi. So I shared this when I was reading. I shared this. This is how it starts. After all the glorification of Krishna, Ashwata Rani, and Level Forest, the unit over on the hill, Prema Bhakti, name, and then the story starts. Like exalted sage breath and power, the best of each side. During the month, the sages had taken their for the deity, feeling satisfied with their goals and fulfilled. They were praising, saying, "You are consistent." In the commentary said, "These sages are young. Each of them disliked thinking something, and was trying to take appreciative of one another's quality. This itself was dearest when Vaishnav and their community prospers. The sweet point. We do want our community to prosper. So that's why I'm appreciating and seeing, as my Guru Maharaj said, seeing all the amazing things he's trying to offer to Krishna, seeing the heart. So then here, Brahmana yeah, he seems very Krishna conscious, of course. And so then Narada says, it's like, we couldn't know. There's a king in the southern country. He's southern king there. He says, he, I don't know, Indra, he is so much facility to so then he goes to he, I don't know, Lord Brahma, he's the greatest. And he glorifies God. And so then finally, we're at this point, Narada Muni approaches Lord Brahma. So many nice things to say about Lord Shiva, and I wrote you that, which I thought amazing. Nice to Shiva. He's saying he's the only perfect being in material universe. And in the commentary, there's so many pure devotees, but they're not in the material universe. And I liked this point. It's very instructional. He's not interested in power and sense enjoyment. Power is like wanting to be the control, and sense enjoyment is wanting to be the enjoyer. So he's not interested because he's intoxicated by the higher taste of Krishna's lotus feet. So this is a very important principle point in our philosophy to release, not be tangled in the lower taste, and absorb ourselves in the practice. How Lord Shiva is not interested in the controller and enjoyer because he's just in top and completely absorbed in Krishna. And he gives the mercy to people to become devotees. So he's empowered to distribute devotional service. And also Lord Vishnu wants Lord Shiva to be glorified, so he gives him the opportunity to show his powers by drinking the poison that was churned from the ocean. And that's how he got his strength. blue, and it says in the description. I always thought he was blue because he drank the poison to save the lives of people. So I was always like thinking about it. And then he's worshiping the form of Krishna as Sri Sankarsha with thousands of souls. And as we read in the next canto, there's this place called Ila Brita, where Lord Shiva is male. And Bhavani curses any male to become a woman. So he's the only man. And at the same time, he's Amarana. And then this is the prayer Lord Shiva is praying to Krishna. Please liberate all your devotees. Alright, so now coming back to this pastime. The Prachetas, they hear the song of Lord Shiva. He says, please focus on this, absorb yourselves in this prayer. And so they do for that in those years. And then they come out. And in the Bhagavatam, the next chapter is actually, the next several chapters is about the Prachetas' father. So it goes back. Because it's a conversation. So they go back to talk about Prachita Bharati, and it goes into the whole story that Narada Muni is saying about Ranjana, all these things and all these instructions to the father of the Prachetas. But then, I think it's Vidura asked Maitreya, but what happened to the Prachetas? And so then to the Prachetas, and he said, well, when they came out of the waters for austerity, they actually achieved Krishna's darshan. They actually to see the Lord. And I just wanted to share a few nectar points in this chapter of the interaction between the Lord and the Prachetas. I think it's also related to this mood of relationship. So the first thing that Krishna says to the Prachetas when he sees them is and I find this such an important point. The Supreme Personality of God said, my dear sons of the king, I am very much pleased by the friendly relationships among you. All of you are engaged in one devotional service. I am so pleased with your mutual friendship that I wish you all good fortune. Now you can ask a protection from me. So here Krishna is sharing what is and saying that it's when devotees are working together to maybe things with the mutual friendship. So it's also that so fortunate so many yantra serve together in that unity and diversity. Unity and diversity of maintaining this friendship and interactions. The next point, which when I read it, I thought, oh, that's what Maharaj is in a darshan. I mean, it's like he was sharing basically. This is in the verse 20. Okay, I just wrote a point, which is that, okay, let's read it. Always engaged, this is also Krishna talking. Always engaged in the activities of devotional service. Always feel very fresh in all activities, ever increasingly. We all know her, the super soul, in that activity makes everything fresh. This is known as the Brahman position. It's such a liberated state. This is fundamental situation. So this is what Madhuryamrita shared, that even if we're doing the same service every day, the super soul makes it fresh. And he was saying to pray to have this realization that our service is really fresh. It's a spiritual energy, it's not. So it's a quality. So, and here Prabhupada saying about chanting to make chant Hare Krishna all day and night. As chanting is increased, it will come out fresh. Billions of years to there is really nothing that inspired. And then when the Prachetas start talking, there's two verses I wanted to share. Is that verse 35. Whenever pure topics of interest, the members of the audience forget all kinds of material, at least for the time being. Not only that, they're envious of one another, whether they ignore or fear. First of all, I was really hungry, so that's fun. Tangible experience in the moment. But I was also thinking, in the Madhuryamrita, when Srila Prabhupada was sending letters to different politicians, and he was saying, to have everyone do kirtan every day, and that will solve these problems of like anxiety, fear, envy. Because when we're engaged in congregation, that's when we are on the spiritual platform and we are relating to each other as first. And it's so powerful. So imagine what the world would be like. Everyone would chant every day together with whoever else at work, at school, but here in the fortunate schools in the world. Yeah, imagine how the relationships with colleagues and with us would improve. Because as I was hearing from Chaitanya Trump, he was saying when you're actually in Krishna consciousness, your perspective changes. And probably all that this really big thing, but what's happening in life. And as soon as you're like, you start reading Shastra, something connected with spirituality, so, and then, so that's kind of like the solution for crime, for wars. And the last point, which is in the next verse, the Supreme Court, this is the Narayana, is present among devotees who are engaged in hearing and chanting holy names. Lord Narayan is the ultimate. Those of them renounced with the fire. And Narayan is worshipped with the same movement by those who are living indeed to excite the holy. And Prabhupada says, whenever there is danger, Goda Narayan, Goda Narayan, and is worshipped. So, I read this yesterday morning program at Waipura Pura because it's so important. And when I was chanting this, I was like, wow, Lord, to tell me your worship is very powerful. I was thinking, well, but Lord, I mean, Krishna in the atom, he's always here. This is, it's like he's here, we're trying to connect with him. He's present in the bhakti. So yeah, it's very important. Just time for a short last one. So coming back to the dangerous energies of Shiva consorts. So they're dangerous because they enact destruction as well. And I was thinking, yes, there's destruction in the outer realm in terms of the material elements, you know, breaking, bodies dying, all these things, accidents, everything you can imagine is a destruction. And I was thinking, in terms of a devotee, what we should be looking out for the most is the inner destruction. Because, you know, material energy is illusion. And I think the most dangerous thing is to have our enthusiasm destroyed, our determination, that patience to receive Krishna's mercy is he wants to that patience, that determination. It can be destroyed if we're not careful with the material energy. Because as you know, we're tiny. The material energy is strong. But if we follow Lord Shiva's instructions, absorbing ourselves in meditation, absorbing ourselves in Krishna, serving Krishna, and being safe, praying to Krishna to protect us. And this is a really a good time party. Many of you might have done vows, and also very powerful to try to, you know, bring more favorable things in our lives and take out the unfavorable. So I get a lot of strength to vows this year's vow, so that we can, you know, take this opportunity to become as Krishna conscious as possible. Just a side point. We'll just leave it at that. So let's try our best this month to absorb ourselves. Lord Krishna's pastime, friendly relationships. Please appreciate all the amazing things he's doing. Appreciate the heart's intention. And that's a bit of a summary, so that we can steer away from the dangers of this age of plowing. Any comments or realizations or questions? There's a certain thing called teacher wait time. Something that was pretty. If you're doing a good job, just absorbing into your time, bringing that active feeling to our day. Inspiring us. Besides the exercise, which briefly did that, I listened to a lecture on this verse, and he was saying, "Are we here that we have to actualize that you don't have to dive into it, you know, and like try to find a pot. There's no need for like it's why it's in ourselves. So I guess to bring the mood of the dawn to the place where we live also daily life. Actually do that, bring the mood of the dawn to our daily life, not just to absorb ourselves, thinking Christian, whatever inspires us, emotional life to that, which is we can even meditate. And it's a spiritual knowledge. And it's amazing. Hearing, sharing, very thorough, seeing them out, and seeing that someone this is and even that's in the courses to in art. We all we all have things. I find it for myself. Um, my husband is really beautiful. So even I find my own way of dealing with it. Just having something to is there that is a value. Basically. Right. Surat bawatan ki. Bawatan ki.